morning, everyone. Today I want to talk about three things. The first being the bill that passed up in Hartford having to do with the vote on the budget. Many of you probably already know this, maybe some of you don't know it, but there was a bill passed. It hasn't, to my knowledge at least, hasn't been signed by the governor yet, but it's exclusively for Heritage Village. And what does this mean? Basically, it changes things a little bit from the way voting on the budget has happened over the last couple of years. And it's the majority of those people who vote, not in the past it was a vote to reject the budget. So it's changed. It's pretty much like a town budget now, where those people who come out and vote are counted, those who don't vote are not counted. So what does that mean? Basically, I think it's important that everybody, when the time comes and the budget is sent out, that everybody vote on it. We all need to hear from every single resident on how they feel, whether it should pass or shouldn't pass. And talking about the budget, it's budget time. We're finalizing it. We will be presenting the preliminary budget to the trustees this month. And before you know it, it will be going out, hopefully, to all the residents at the end of August, beginning of September. So please remember that the rules have changed now just for Heritage Village, and everybody needs to respond to the budget vote. Another thing I wanted to talk about was lawn mowing. As many of you, I've heard from many of you about some of the problems that have occurred over the last couple of weeks with our new mowing contractors. And I just want to give you a little bit of background. We did contract with two new contractors for Heritage Village this year. The result, of course, is a significant savings to the tune of almost $180,000. But typically when you change contractors, especially when it has anything to do with taking care of the grounds, since there's so many acres to take care of, there's somewhat of a learning curve. We had some problems with one of the contractors. The grass wasn't getting cut properly, and the rain certainly didn't help matters, but we're trying to straighten out those problems right now. The contractor, we had a meeting with the contractor this week and pretty much put them on notice that if they don't do a better job, that we will be replacing them and terminating the contract. So it's important for you to know that we are working on it to correct the problem, and if we can't correct the problem with the contractor, then we're going to have to bring somebody else in to continue and take care of the grass. So we're monitoring it. I thank you all for your input on it, and you know, we'll get things will look better in the future. The third and final thing that I'd just like to talk about this morning, frequently I talk about the volunteers in the village. Every opportunity I get, I don't say it often enough, and people in general don't say it often enough, but the village is run by many volunteers, and it's wonderful to see people taking their own time to make the village a better place for all the residents in the village. And today I'd like to give a special thanks to the Beautification Committee. If you get out and about and you're over at the foundation buildings, take a look at all the nice flowers that were planted around the property. They have tirelessly gone out there and spruced up around all of the buildings to make it look good. And they're going to continue to do that throughout the summer by watering the plants and just taking care of them. So it couldn't have been done without their help. They got out there. They're kind of like, you know, all of the other volunteers. They just get out there and do their thing, and many times don't get recognized for it. So from my position, I truly appreciate all the volunteers. And I thank the Beautification Committee for continuing to help keep the foundation property looking nice. That's all I have for today, and I will see you next time. Thank you.